What's going on, guys? It's Shane here. I'm going to teach y'all how to drive a manual transmission today. First things, you got to know how many gears you have. If it's going to be a 5-speed, there's 4-speed, there's 6-speed, there's 3 on the tree. And mine happens to be a 5-speed. 5th is overdrive. You just got to know which you are driving, and you'll know that it is a clutch or a manual or stick, however you want to say it, is that there will be 3 pedals. Alright, this one right here is going to be your clutch, it's going to be your brake, this will be your gas. These two will never switch. You'll just have an extra pedal over here on your left, which will be the clutch. If you have an older truck like mine, you'll have the emergency brake over here that I will get into later. Alright, first things first, whenever you park, this is the main thing you need to know whenever you're driving a manual transmission. If you're on a hill, like I am right now, you're going to make sure that your emergency brake is on and you're in gear. They say a lot of the time to put it in reverse, which is down here, because that is the longest gear and it'll provide more protection so you don't roll backwards or roll downwards if your emergency brake happens to fail. But I always just throw it up in first because it's just second nature to me to put it in first whenever I park. But the first thing, whenever you're starting up your truck, you're going to have it in first gear. And if you just push in your clutch just about like that much, let me get this tape out of the way. Oh, well, guess it ain't going to go out the way. But if you only push in your clutch about halfway, your truck will not start because there is a push button that you push whenever you push it all the way in. That tells your truck, alright, he has the clutch all the way in, I can turn over. Alright, so first things first, you're going to get your keys. Alright, you're going to put them in the ignition. You are going to push your foot all the way in on the clutch. There you go. And now, if you put your truck in neutral, you'll know it's neutral because you can sit there and play with the little knob. If it's in first gear, you ain't playing with it. All right, but if it's in neutral, make sure it's in neutral. You can let out on the clutch, and you'll just be sitting there. You're in idle. All right, let me get that noise down here for you. All right. There we go. Whoops. Alright, sorry about that. Now what you're going to do, you're going to roll, you're going to push your foot on in the clutch, and you're going to put on the brake. Alright, you're going to throw her in first gear, which mine is all the way over and up, then second is straight down, and then if you put it in neutral, it's straight up from neutral is third, all the way down is fourth, then all the way over to the right and up is 5th, and then straight down from 5th will be your reverse. Alright, so you're going to put it up in first gear. And here's another good tip whenever you're driving it. Whenever you're in neutral at a stoplight or whatever, if you put it in second then throw it up in first, it goes up in first so much easier. I don't know if it's just my truck or it's all. My dad gave me that tip. But some will have an extra pedal down here that you click to release the emergency brake, but mine is a little pull right here that will release it. But I'm going to talk about the emergency brake a little bit, because automatic cars, they have you'll have a right here, and if you put it all the way up, it's in park. So that is your emergency brake in a manual transmission, because you do not have a park gear anywhere on here. So it's going to be, that is your parking gear, so you got to remember that. Alrighty. Alright, so now I'm going to teach y'all how to actually drive the manual, how to start in first gear, which is absolutely the hardest part of driving a manual. Alright, so you're going to push your clutch all the way in, you're going to push in on the brake, you're going to release the emergency brakes, and it flies all the way up here. Alright, you're going to push it all the way to the left and up. Now you are in first gear. Alright, now what you're going to do, you're going to watch this closely. Alright, you're going to let off on your brake. And you'll start just very slowly let out on your clutch. And you'll feel it start jerking whenever it does that. Just you can just go ahead and stop. And you can do that just a couple times, because that'll get you used to where your clutch releases. Whenever your clutch starts pulling you forward, that's how you know where your clutch releases. Alright, so we're going to try that again. You're going to let off on the brake. You're going to start lead. Alright, there we go. It's starting to grab. Alright, now we are rolling. Alright, now I'm going to teach y'all how to start going. Alright, so you're still going to be in first gear. You just have your foot all the way in on the clutch. It has to be your foot has to be all the way in on the clutch if you're stopped at any time at all in gear. Alright, so we're going to let off on the brake. Whenever you start going for real, you can let off on the brake, tap the clutch, and then there you go. We are driving. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and turn around and I'll be right back. Alright, and now that you've practiced that a little bit, we are in the other side of the parking lot. The best way to learn this is a parking lot going uphill. Alright, so my emergency brake is back on and we are stationary. So now we're going to go from first to second gear this time. So you're going to push it on the clutch. You're going to release the emergency brake. You're going to come over here to the shift knob, over and up, so you're in first gear. Alright, so you're going to let off on the brake, start letting on the clutch, give it just a little bit, and there we go. Now then, we are off. Alright, now what you're going to do to go in first and second, you're going to push it on the clutch, you're going to let off on the gas, you're going to pull it straight down, and there you go. There is first to second. Now you're going to push in on your clutch, come to your complete stop, put it in neutral, let off on the clutch, and there you are. You have now learned how to drive a manual transmission. Thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe. Check out some other videos on all my how-tos. Thank you for watching.